My ex-wife and I slept together for the first time in years while celebrating our late daughter's birthday. It happened Saturday night, and I can't stop thinking about it. My ex and I were young when she got pregnant. We were both only 19, and we were pressured by our families to get married before our daughter was born. We didn't last long, obviously. We weren't ready to be married on top of learning how to be parents and living together. Our daughter was barely 10 months old when we decided it was better for her if we remained friends or co-parents rather than two young adults who weren't ready for marriage, despite the feelings we had. And it really did work out for the best. We were fantastic co-parents who got along great. Unfortunately, we lost our daughter 4 years ago, when she was 7. We were both devastated, and even now we're barely managing to live with the pain. I fell into a deep depression and isolated myself for a while. She reached out, and we grieved together. We became each other's support because we were the only ones who understood what the other was going through, and that helped immensely. Our sweet baby girl's birthday was on Saturday, and we always liked to do something on that day. She came to my place. I made my daughter's favorite meal, and we lit up a candle for her. She ended up staying a few hours, and we were just having some wine and sitting outside on my deck, talking about our favorite memories with our girl, crying, then laughing, and telling funny stories to lighten up the mood again. It was a really lovely time. I felt relaxed and at peace, and she was too. I really can't say who made the first move. We were both just talking, and next thing I knew, we were leaning in and kissing. It was very strange, I can't lie. Any romantic thoughts between us were pretty much pushed down because we had a good thing going with our daughter after the divorce, and we didn't want to make anything complicated for her sake. But then it didn't feel as strange, and we both lost ourselves. There was just so much energy between us that night. There are so many intense emotions that I guess you can say heightened the passion. We both knocked out after. It wasn't exactly awkward in the morning. It was more like neither of us knew how to be around each other. She just smiled and thanked me for the night. But we didn't talk about what happened. I don't think we were ready for that conversation yet. I made myself busy to avoid reaching out, and that's where we're at right now. Neither of us have contacted each other since. It's only been a couple days, I know, but it feels like forever already. I'd like to talk to her about this, but at the same time, I really have no idea what I even want to say. All I know is that I can't stop thinking about her and all the feelings that came with what happened. But I don't know what that means for us. If this means we should pursue something or leave it alone. Plus, there's the fact that we did this when we were both vulnerable. And it's possible we just wanted an escape instead of thinking about the grief we feel. I can't say I didn't feel anything for her all this time, but I pretty much put that away to preserve our co-parenting relationship. Now we've crossed that line, and I have no idea where to go from here. Update. The love and support I got on my last post were very touching. So many of you gave wonderful advice and insight, so I thought I'd leave an update for anyone who cares to know. I decided to reach out instead of letting any more time pass. It was a day after I posted. Like someone had commented, I was honest about not knowing what to say but wanting to reach out so she didn't think I was ignoring her. I'd also told her that I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I'm open to talking about this if she wants to. And she did. She came over, and we talked for a long time. Bringing up the topic of our feelings, my ex admitted that a few years after the divorce, her feelings for me resurfaced and started to grow. Just like the way we got along in raising our daughter, how much have we matured since splitting up? She had been trying to work up the courage to talk about her feelings for me and to see if I felt the same. But then, well, we lost our daughter, and the only thing on our minds after that was grief. Part of me felt happy that she was having the same feelings as I did. That night, we both got swept up in everything, so naturally, our old feelings came out. I had wondered for days if the only reason we slept together was to avoid feeling the loss of our daughter. I still don't fully know the answer. We both have had these feelings for a long time and were in a vulnerable place when they happened. Perhaps it was a bit of both. So that left us thinking, well, now what? I told her I'm open to seeing where this could go, or we can agree it was a one-time thing and go back to only being friends. To my relief, she decided she wanted to try this out and see what happened. But very, very slowly. We have a lot of history, and so much of it is tied to grief from losing our daughter. I know we can't jump into anything serious or pick up where we left off just like that. We agreed we'd spend more time together and test the waters. Nothing sexual, of course. We decided that would be a one-time thing until we were more comfortable because that would only bring too many strong emotions, and the whole point is to take things slow. So that is where we are at the moment. After we finished talking, we hugged and held hands when I walked her back to her car. She kissed my cheek before she left, and my heart was pounding. Over the last few weeks, we've had about 5 dates. Just simple walks around the park on our lunch breaks or grabbing coffee. I always look forward to them, and I'm constantly grinning afterwards. We hold hands and hug. We only kissed once on our third date, and I felt like I was walking on clouds after. I do have to admit it's strange, but in a very good way. She was my ex, and for years after the divorce, I always looked at her as a chapter in my life that was now closed, even if those feelings were there. Now here we are. I'm hopeful for what's to come, and I know she is too. So thanks again, everyone, for your kind advice and encouragement. Thank you for watching the video.